Okay, so we've massively edited the light show simulator for East Troy Lights. This year, it's much more like a music editor. It, well, Let you take a quick look. Basically, so essentially, what happens now is we have a timeline. It moves along. You add beats and different characteristics, which are the lights, the spirals or the flashes or the twinkles, which are represented by these little icons here, and you can edit what they do and what they are to display the light show. And you'll see the light show displays up in this top area. We'll do that again really quick. And so you're able to compile a light show from all of these separate little icons here. And each one does something different. This one's a spiral over here. These ones are flashes, and you choose which. So essentially, we'll get into the details in a second, but basically you choose which type of lights you want to turn on. So a flash is like turning everything off and on. A spiral is going around a set of lights. And a twinkle is just kind of randomly choosing lights inside of a group of lights. And so essentially you can place these down. You can listen to the song. We have a couple features like changing the speed. So if we, back it up, and we can really modify what happens with the speed. And actually that ends up being super useful. You'll find that that's almost critical to getting the beats right and doing a fairly good job. Obviously, these also are draggable, so you can kind of move them around. You can move sideways like that. And so that's how you can help get the time, and you can drag them, make them wider if you want, or make them smaller, and that just represents how much time they'll be on. And the same thing with the spiral up here. So this one actually can be dragged like this, and what that'll do, this end part is actually how long the lights stay on as the spiral goes around. And so this is the overall thing, is how long it'll take the spiral to go around the square. And you'll see, basically as it goes. But then this is how long it'll stay on after the lights come on. And you can play around with that, and you'll figure out what that means exactly as you just do it a couple times. A couple other interesting features is that you can bind keys. So right now you could add you could bind, a letter, the key. If we click it, we click A, and now the key A is bound to this. And so as the music plays, we'll go down here. We can play some music, and when we hit A, it pops these down. I'll just delete those real quick, but essentially that lets you easily bind a bunch of keys. You can do any letters you want, and then basically play your keyboard like a musical keyboard, and help get you a lot of the way there. And you can bind to any one of these. So it could be a spiral, it could bind to this, and it'll do exactly what this is, or flashes, or any of them, which makes it a lot more convenient. You might end up doing it in parts. In other words, like a section of music tends to repeat itself. So you'll bind keys for that section of music and then rebind them once that section of music ends. I guess the other couple things. So mostly that part you'll just play with, but a couple other things to note is that, we can change the scale. That can be useful for just, zooming out and checking on where you're at in the song. The song URL is where you'll actually, we'll provide you with some song URLs. And you'll just copy and paste that in there and load the song, and that'll let you play that song essentially. The eraser here is like a way to just run your mouse across the screen and erase everything. Super fast way to delete a section of anything that you no longer want. And I guess it's good to note that there's basically a clear button. Probably don't hit that if you don't want to lose everything. But down here we can actually get code that we can use to replicate this light show. And so you'll want to save this code. You want to just copy and paste this and keep it in a document somewhere. Otherwise, if you change browsers or the browser deletes its history, you'll lose whatever you've done. So just kind of save this occasionally. In the same respect, you can actually paste in code, so you could import someone else's or your saved stuff to a different browser by hitting, pasting it in here and hitting import. And that'll get you at least a way to save and export your songs. I believe that's most of the basics. Other than that, you just kind of play around and poke it, and hopefully make some cool stuff. Let me know if you have any questions. Talk to you guys later.